Google Stadia just dropped a brand new timed demo for Dead Drop Studios' upcoming game, Outbreak: Shades of Horror. But the big twist is, this game is still a Kickstarter, and it's not even guaranteed to be coming to the platform, potentially ushering in a new era for the cloud gaming platform, which could give Stadia a huge advantage over other cloud gaming services. So, let's talk about it.
Are you listening?
Alright, big story today, so let's just jump straight into it. Yesterday, Google Stadia released a brand new timed demo for Dead Drop Studios' upcoming game, Outbreak: Shades of Horror, which allowed players to experience a teaser for the next-gen exclusive survival horror game. Demo aside, where this story gets very interesting is when the developer wrote on Twitter, and we're not stopping there. We want to bring next-gen exclusive online co-op survival horror to Google Stadia. Go to our Kickstarter now and hit the follow button. Get as many people as you can to do the same. We need everyone on there, which piqued my interest because based on that tweet, this marks the first Stadia demo for a game that hasn't even been funded yet. For those of you who are unaware, Kickstarter has become an extremely viable platform for indie developers looking to secure funding for their game. Instead of going directly to a publisher, sites like Kickstarter allow the majority of the funding to come from the potential player base, oftentimes allowing the developer to self-fund and retain all ownership of the game's IP. Which is why I reached out for clarification to the dev team and asked, wait, this is a Kickstarter for the Stadia demo I just played, correct? Is Google Stadia now allowing Kickstarter games to demo out games? Dead Drop Studios responded by saying, this is a Kickstarter for the full game. The playable teaser is an atmosphere teaser to give you an idea of the tone, graphics, quality, and story. The full game is an online co-op survival horror title designed to be a spiritual successor to Resident Evil Outbreak, confirming my suspicion that Stadia has now opened up the doors to their demo program to Kickstarter games. And making this even more interesting is that the dev confirmed to me that if Shades of Horror fails to receive funding through Kickstarter, this game will not be coming to Stadia. So right now, Stadia has a demo for a game that, if not funded, it will not be available on the platform, leading Google Stadia into what I think is a super radical future where developers who are trying to fund their game can now offer demos through a cloud gaming platform. Because previously, developers looking for funding had to include screenshots, concept arts, or even trailers and hope that their potential player base would see the vision and fund their game. However, thanks to Stadia's demo program, an indie developer could take the vertical slice of their game, upload it to Stadia, and allow any potential crowdfunding customer to not only see their game firsthand, but experience the vision the developer has. And this could be massive for the gaming industry, especially when you stop to realize that for the last 4 years, on average, a total of 400 indie games received funding through Kickstarter campaigns. The potential of Stadia marketing to these developers and offering a home to show off vertical slices of their game is a massive opportunity for Google. Plus, let's face it, with the lack of AAA games on Stadia, an indie dev embracing the platform right now opens them up to a player base who is hungry for new games and isn't distracted by a million other titles. Now, I do want to point out, I reached out to Google Stadia for clarification on this, and unfortunately, by the time of recording, we did not hear back. But I would like to say this, because I know occasionally Stadia employees watch this show, and if this isn't something you did intentionally, Google, you may have stumbled upon one of the coolest concepts for game development that I have seen in a very long time. Personally, I have funded dozens of games on Kickstarter, and to have the potential to play a demo of that game and experience the developer's vision ahead of time, hell, I probably would have funded 3 times the amount of games that I did in the past. And quite frankly, this is something that no other cloud gaming platform is doing right now. If Stadia were to partner up with sites like Kickstarter and offer access to cloud gaming demos on top of priority in porting their game to the platform, or hell, allow members of the Stadia community to fund the game directly through the Stadia platform, Stadia would not only be seen as a haven for indie developers, but it would give Stadia an identity in a market where, well, said identity is kind of struggling to even establish itself. And look, I understand the argument that this could lead to a lot of mediocre titles getting demos on the platform, but at the same time, if a dev wants to secure funding, they're going to make sure that their game is in the best state possible. But enough from me. What do you all think about this news? Do you agree that this has massive potential for Stadia, or am I completely off base here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hey, thanks again for checking out our channel. If you like what you saw and you want to see more content just like it, which who wouldn't, hit the subscribe button right there. And while you're down there, hit the like button. Maybe even consider becoming a Nerf Report best friend, just like the people listed down below did. In fact, don't you want to see your name there? I know I do.